Okay, so we have about 10 minutes before we get started. I want to mess around with my camera a bit, just see, make sure I have everything a little smoother this time. Yes, that works better. Yay! Trying it straight from my phone. My phone is plugged in and charging this week. Yes. Yes. Actually, I'm going to kind of play around with these buttons for a minute because I honestly don't know what they all mean. Oh, I can invite. I'm going to go through and see who all I can invite. As you guys can tell, I'm very, very new to this. Wow. Ooh. I see some of you guys. Trying to find you. If I see you on my list, I'm going to hit invite. I got you. Let me update because I want to find the link real quick and then take and share it in some other groups. But you guys have any questions, start asking away. I'm going to wait till about 5 after before I really get going. So I'm trying to get a little better at this, guys. Okay, awesome. I found the link. Let me know, how do I share it? I don't want to save it. Don't want to pin it. Hey, there's 7 people so far. Hi, everybody. Oh my. Okay, this is frustrating me already. I'm not sure how to share the live post, everybody. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait until after the video's live. Or after the video's done. If you guys know how, share around, please. So who all is in here? Do we got questions? Anything that you'd really like to go over? Because I'm going to kind of concentrate on, I want to show you guys. I hit mute on this. There we go. Different things you can do to keep the bottoms of your socks skid proof. Little tiny pom-poms you can put on the pull string if you have it. I love these. Show you how you can use a pom-pom maker and how you can use a fork. So many different things. I brought out a bunch of different little things to kind of show you guys because there's so many things that you can use to help save money and not have to spend a lot of really expensive money. And who we got out here? Hi, Susan! I'm not sure exactly how much of a lag I got here. It typically tends to be about a 15-second lag, I think. I haven't timed it yet, of course. But while we're still waiting, I'm going to see if I can share from this way. I can't. Wait, what's that say? I can turn on notifications. I can invite friends. Okay, maybe that's what we gotta do. Maybe we gotta invite people. So, I'm gonna go down through my list. No. Most of my people on my list do not loom knit. So, alright. Hey everybody. Alright, we got Tracy in Kentucky. We have Cindy. Hi, Cindy. So, who all actually has finished their house socks or finished a whole set, or who's on their... I've seen people posting pictures saying they're on their 3rd set already, which is awesome. Very, very awesome. Awesome. About 8 more minutes. I know I gotta figure out what to do in these 8 minutes. Alright, I've been getting a lot of feedback, people saying that they want more Loom-a-Longs and live videos, so I'm going to work on that. But what my next project's going to be is I'm going to be using the rotating loom. I'm going to be doing a few projects on it. It's a really fun loom, and it's so much easier to use than what people think. Tracy just finished hers. Awesome. So I'm going to be doing some Loom-a-Longs and quite a few videos just showing different stitches, different ways you can use this loom, because it's actually pretty neat, and it's not near as intimidating as what people think. See, this is the bigger topper, the larger topper, and this one, it's either going to be, I think I'm actually going to make what's called a Rumah out of it, where I take 2 long panels, and then I'll stitch both the panels halfway up to where it's like a blanket you wear around you. I have one at home, and I love it. Where did I get this loom? I want to say I found it at Hobby Lobby, but people have been posting a lot about, I want to say HSN or QVC. You can get them right now for like 15 bucks. It is the KB rotating loom. Give me just a minute. I will grab the box and show you what it looks like. Where's my box? I just had it here. I'm going to grab the box. I need my boxes. Alright, sorry guys. But here are the boxes. This is the initial box it comes in. And you get it on like a dolly, and you get the topper that it shows here. But they do sell a larger topper. It's kind of shaped odd, but that's so that they don't have to create a whole different base or anything for the loom. And the pegs are still the same distance apart. It's just kind of an odd shape. And you do not have to do just straight rake knitting. You can do all kinds of things. Actually, you know what? This isn't what this is mainly about. But let me find my playlist, and I will go ahead and add that in the video description, because I do have a lot of people asking about that loom. Okay, playlist. A lot of noise. Okay, where am I at, guys? Here we go. Let me see. I should be able to just comment on here. Yay! Maybe. It's not letting me comment. Okay, I don't know how to use my computer. Okay, someone checked for me. I have a 25-second delay is what I'm working with here. If I can figure out, it's not letting me comment. I will add links later to different playlists and stuff, but if you go to my YouTube channel, which is Hypnotic, Hysteria, Looming, that's my YouTube channel. If you go there, I do have a lot of playlists. I try to separate them by projects. I separate them by types of loom. I just try to separate them out as many ways as I can, because you might want to just know a cast off, you might want to know a cast on, you might only want to know a rake stitch. It's hard to tell. Yes, you can also buy the loom on Amazon. You can check eBay. Anytime you go to buy stuff online, I definitely like to double check. And if you do have a Michael's, Hobby Lobby, I don't remember seeing them at my Michael's, but my Hobby Lobby has it. Download the app, get the coupons. Totally worth it. You won't regret it. But it's a very nice loom. It is one that I do like. And I like that a lot of people are asking kind of how you use it. Alright, I'm going to give people a few more minutes. But what's nice is, okay, so I have this sticking down. I actually just kind of push this into the middle of the loom. That's my yarn I'm using, which the yarn I have left. And then it's on a dolly, so it just spins. This would be in a yarn bowl. but it just spins. And so you can sit in one spot and slowly spin it as you are knitting it off. So it's nice. So that's the next Loom-a-Long I do. That's what it's going to be based on, and it may actually be that exact pattern. That's what I'm thinking of, because I really like how that pattern's going so far. All right, a few more minutes, guys. Which what I'm going to start with will be the pom-poms. I had all of this sitting out so nice and neat. Okay. My favorite way to make pom-poms are with these. These are the Clover brand pom-pom makers. As you can see, they have super itty bitty bitty tiny ones, and then there's actually one larger than this. I don't have it, and I need to have it because I don't. See, I'm going to buy a second one so I can use the base on my. Honestly, Tracy, I'm not gonna lie, I did the same thing. Yeah, I did. I've got two of them right now. The round toppers on one because I just made a scarf, and then I have what you guys saw on my other topper. What I need is a third base because I have a second round topper that's not getting used right now. So maybe an idea, KB? I don't know. These are my absolute favorite pom-pom makers. What I'm going to do is I'll show you how. I'm doing the tiny one. I'll show you how you can use one of these to make a pom-pom. And I'm also going to show you how you don't have to go out and buy one of these if you don't want to. You can use a fork. There's barely any difference at all. And I have not lost a pom-pom. Okay. Here is one done via fork. And here is one done via tiny pom-pom maker. Same size as a fork. So it actually worked out really well. I've always seen people using forks, but this is actually my first time trying it, and I was very surprised at how easy it was. Let me see what else we got going on down here, guys. Okay, it is 5 after. We've got about 18 people in here. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Do you want me to go ahead and start with the pom-poms, or do you want me to go over some cute little kind of thrifty things that you can do? I'll give you guys a moment or so. Let me know you want to go over first, because I'm all the time trying to find cheaper ways to make things. And while that's going on, I want to show you guys something. Nikki, I haven't seen you in here yet, but look what Nikki made me. I'm using them. I told her they would get so much use, and they are. The video for the sock Loom-a-Long, I'm using this yarn for the full video for the KB one, and I get to use my stitch markers. I got them the same day I started it. All right, so Tracy's wanting. Let's start with the pom-poms, everybody. I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can connect the pom-poms to your house slippers. How adorable. Okay, Bonnie, I had to take it apart because it was so many knots. My Lion brand. Oh, don't you absolutely hate when that happens, Bonnie? Yeah, I've had that happen to where the yarn just knots up and you have so many, it breaks in it, especially if it is a collar changing yarn. That's so frustrating because it's hard because you want to measure how much yarn there is, and you need to make sure the other one has the same so it stripes right. Yeah, I feel for you, Bonnie. I definitely do. But here's the pom-poms. How to make a washcloth. Yes, I need to do some washcloth videos, and I actually have some ideas on that. Alright. Where am I at? Find where I set my stuff. So, you're going to need pom-pom maker of choice. I'm going to use this itty bitty tiny one by Clover. And basically how this one goes, I'll take it all apart and show you. You got 2 pieces here. One has a nail in it, and one looks like that. I just take and push that through. And then I close one side just to help it go together. Like that. Now we got to decide what color we're going to use. I've already got one made in purple, so I'm going to use purple to make my second one here. And I'll talk more about yarn bowls later, but look, I got it in my yarn bowl. The Fiber Guild took a yarn bowl class, so this was the one I made. I have a TARDIS on it. I have a comm badge. I don't know what else I put on here. It was actually a really, really fun class. So, yarn in it, so it's not just going to be flopping all over the place. You choose whatever color you want. Oliver, you're here. Hi. Okay. So, we're going to start making an itty bitty little pom-pom. I hold my yarn right here, and then you see you have the two. You're wrapping around both of those. You don't have to wrap it real tight. The more you wrap it, the fuller the pom-pom will be. The thing I have, see, that's like super thick. It's not really even wanting to hold on there well. And you'll notice when you push it down, if you got it really tight, that it won't want to push down real easy. But there, we got that. That's the one side. And then, oh, thank you guys about the yarn bowl. That was my first time ever really doing like actual ceramics at a place where they had to pick out the glaze and the kiln and all that. It was really, really cool. Okay, so when you close it, you just cut the yarn. I leave it a little longer because we're going to be shaping it later. I got my string for the second side. Now, what is everybody's favorite way to make pom-poms? Who makes pom-poms? See, and you don't have to use, you can use any yarn you want. Wow, see, I got that wound up a lot, so I'm going to push that down. There we go. And cut it. One thing you guys can do, which is really cute, when you're doing pom-poms like this, do this second side in a different color. You'll have a two-tone. Oh, yeah, I love the clover ones, Oliver. I love them. If you do one color on one side and one color on the other, you'll have like a two-toned pom-pom, which is really cute. Now, how this is two pieces, you see this slit? It goes all the way around, and that's where your scissor goes. Oh, come on, yarn scissors, don't fail me now. And am I the only one who has decoy scissors? Because when you get your nice yarn scissors and they get ruined so fast, just a little helpful note to everybody. Keep a second pair in your knitting bag or purse or wherever. Buy them at the Dollar Tree. Keep your nice scissors nice. Okay, so I wrapped it all the way around. It looks kind of like a bit of a mess here, so I'll go ahead and snip a little bit of this just to even it up some. We'll even it up more when we are done. When I started saying, one reason I like to use this yarn for the pom-poms is it like basically unravels and gets super, super fuzzy. I usually use the cardboard, but just, yes, Tracy, that's how I started out, was using the cardboard, and then I got a pair of some of the clover ones. I had a discount coupon, and I was like, okay, these can't be too bad, but I really like them. I find that it's easier for me to shape the yarn ball, or the yarn ball pom-pom. Cut yourself a piece of scrap yarn. See this slit? So make sure you got it all cut. The slit goes all the way around. Your scrap yarn goes in that slit. So that yarn is in between both of those. Now right here, see, it's in there pretty tight. You tie it, and you tie it tight, because this is what's holding all of this together. I tie it really tight, and then I actually flip it to the other side. Oops. Okay, on this side. So I wrap it in the opposite direction too. And then I make a second knot because that helps make sure I got it really tight. I've had so many pom-poms just fall apart on me and it's so sad. Okay. Got that knotted a few times. I'm confident. Now we can start tearing this apart. I hear something. There's a cat in here somewhere. There always is. Okay. You pull this like that. Pull it apart. See this little mess right here? You fluff up that mess. And got yourself a little pom-pom. And you go about and you can trim it up however you like. With this yarn, if you kind of mess with it like this, actually, if you guys follow Nikki's live videos, I want to say she did something really similar a few weeks ago, but I think they did something to actually fluff them out. Some yarn you can kind of pick at and just get it to kind of unravel. It just makes the yarn ball the pom-pom a lot softer. I keep saying yarn ball, everybody. See? So there's one little pom-pom. That one is with our little tool. Now, let me find where I put my fork. I'll do another one. And we'll just use the same yarn. But with the fork, what I like to do... See, am I going too fast for anybody? I'm going to go back through before I start the other one and check out some questions and stuff. How to make washcloths, yes. And how can I make it an easy sock? Actually, Nina, the replay for this, I'll make sure the links and everything to the full Loom-a-Longs there. I am working on individual videos for every single sock that I do show in the Loom-a-Long because I show samples on various looms. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Doing that yarn bowl class was so fun. And a lot of people seem to like the clover ones. Those pom-pom makers, they're just so much easier. I'm just super messy. Goodwill, you can find the coolest stuff. I've gotten so many knitting looms from Goodwill. There is a boys' home. Where we live, we're a few hours away from like Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, those big cities, and there's so much gang violence up there that they actually bring a lot of the boys down closer to where I live, and they have a group home that takes, and they've started teaching them loom knitting. Well, they didn't have, when they got out, they didn't have anything to take with them. And it was basically build self-confidence, give them something to be proud of. A lot of these people didn't know what it was like to have attention. Is there a PDF for the socks? Yes, there is a PDF for the socks. It's in the group. Actually, wherever my notebook went, I've got something to take notes. I'm actually going to write down that note so that I remember. Oh, there's my pen. I thought I was more prepared than I am. Okay, sock PDF. I want to make sure I add the video link when I'm done here. But, so, they take in these boys that were gang members, and they, go through, they try to reform them, blah, 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 and part of their therapy is loom knitting classes, which is really awesome, but they're not allowed to have loom tools, so I was able to find, like, these really weird little plastic crochet hook things. They can't, it's more difficult for them to injure anybody with them. And those go over really good. But me and the whole fiber guild that I'm in, we all look for knitting looms, yard sales, flea markets, stuff like that. And if they're cheap, we always pick them up, and we try to donate as many as we can so that when they leave, they have something to take with them. Okay, so, alright, looks like we've got some people ready for pom-poms. Alright. Take with the fork, take your working yarn, cut you a bit. This is what's going to be tied around the middle. So you take that. I'm just holding this down because it just keep it out of the way. I've got my string. And then you just wrap. Wrap, wrap, wrap. That's all you do. You just keep wrapping as much as you want. Okay, guys, I think that's enough. And then you cut it. Every single time I sit my scissors down. Here they are. Okay. Oh, good God. Okay. Sorry, guys. Some of this come apart. Do I teach them? Do I teach the kids at the group home? No. There is a woman in another group that she works with them directly, and she was the one that actually brought it up to them. And then when they came to us and was telling us about it, then we really try to, we donate a lot of yarn, but we get a lot of yarn donated to us, and that's what it's for, is for these teaching opportunities, and we really like to do a lot of outreach. Alright, see, my fork is pretty full here, and I've got this string down here. I'm going to pull it up through the middle, because that's where it's coming from. Now, I don't know if I can show you. Okay, I have to set this down just for a second to get the knot started. So I tied a knot, and I tied it tight. Really, really tight. And then I'm going to tie it a couple more times. When you tie it, don't get it stuck around the other pegs, like I just did. Gotta undo that now. Okay. I tied it again, just like the other one. You want this to be very, very tight. The only issue I really had, which I'll try with these scissors, I had trouble kind of cutting. And anybody who missed it, always carry decoy scissors. These scissors might look tiny, but they didn't have a tiny price on them. And this is, yeah, I don't like cutting it this way. I don't like cutting it on the fork. I popped it off the fork and then cut it. I was just seeing, because everything shows on the fork. So much easier. So you guys know, this is my second pom-pom I've ever made on a fork. I tried this out like a half hour before the class because I thought it looked neat. Because I thought it would be kind of fun. Go over a few things you can add to your slippers and kind of show you guys. I know there's a lot of newcomers to loom knitting, and I wanted to be able to go over, see once you have it cut, kind of fluff it out. And then you cut off the weird scraggly ones. But with a lot of newcomers, it can be intimidating, and you see all these expensive tools and stuff people buy, because like yarn bowls, that class I went to was $50, which, yeah, to make your own yarn bowl and blah blah blah, that was awesome. It was an experience that I got, and I definitely don't regret it. But to go out and spend $50 on a yarn bowl, that's just a bit out of my budget. I would rather spend $50 on yarn instead of a yarn bowl. That might just be me, but that's just personal preference. Go purchasing yarn bowls, go with ones with lids if you can find them. The ones with lids are awesome. So here we go. Barely any difference. We got pom-pom maker, fork. That's it. So now, show you guys how to connect them. Gotta find my tapestry needles. Little clover container that you can put them in. It's really nice. I gotta glue mine. I don't know how I did this, but I broke it. So you just take a tapestry needle. Any tapestry needle will work. Which pom-pom am I going to do first? Ooh, the one I want to use is on the floor. If you're like me, I don't think about it, and when these were just the crochet chain, I didn't leave like a big string, a strand at the end to tie the pom-pom onto, so that's what this string is for. There we go. And come on. Almost. I dropped it. All right. You have a slipper easy for beginning. The course I just did was for beginners, so if you watch the full live videos, it will kind of work along with you. Good God, okay. I got it stitched. Not stitched. I got it on there. Yay! But the course that this is really kind of the finishing up for it, these are the slippers that we make in it. I go over some things like color change, but I tried to make them as easy as I could for beginners. Vicky, what time is it where you're at? It is 5:24 where I am. I do Eastern Standard Time. I usually do start about 10-15 minutes early, but I'm in Eastern Standard Time, so that's when all my videos come out. I'm sorry guys, I need to get a list of like the main ones. Most of my views are in the US, so I need to go through and get like the main ones and post. But, okay, so here is the second pom-pom for this slipper. Now how we add that one on is, oh, what did I use on the bottom? I'm going to get to that in a minute. I tried a couple different things. Put the pom-pom on, then we get to the bottom of the slippers. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Alright, so the two strings that we left on there, I take one and thread it through a tapestry needle. If this is a chain of some kind, I just stick my tapestry needle through it close to the end, but I try to put it through a couple different stitches kind of close to the end, and then push that down as far as it goes. You want that down as far as it goes, and then we take and you just tie the knot. This one I watch because I try to tie down the little end here. I'll get the knot tighter and then I'll show you what I mean. Where I've kind of got that looped in there, just tie it really tight and knot it a couple times. All right, South Carolina. All right. I missed last week and had a little late today, but I made it. Love the color of the pom. Oh, thank you, Sarah. The pom-poms on these, I did a collar because it's all the collars that were in this yarn. Yay. Now, the pull strings I used from something. I just wanted something completely different for them. So you get this on here and you knot it. Knot it, knot it, knot it. When you think you got it knotted enough, one more. It's not going to hurt. And then you can just take your string, cut right down to your knot, and then just fluff it up around it. Let me tie a little bow on these ones. The only sad thing is that I'm not sure if I'm going to get to keep any of these. So look at this. These ones with pom-poms. Yay! Only other way I wanted to show you how to do pom-poms, then I'm going to get talking about the bottom of the socks. I got a chain sitting around because I wanted to show you how to hook the purple one. Here it is. if you do like a crochet chain for your pull string, you can use a shoelace. You don't even have to use a pull string. I don't use them on all of them. If you have 2 strands, you want to leave this collar, all you have to do is just tie it. And you just want to make sure that you're tying it to where it's not, you want to make sure you're tying it to where the knot's not down here. You want that right up where that hooks in. And then you knot it in. Make sure it's knotted in really good, because you want it to kind of look like it's coming directly from it. If it's the same collar, that's what I try to do. North Carolina, all right. So who is the farthest away? I'm in Ohio. I've seen Kentucky, North Carolina. I've seen South Carolina. Anybody from Canada in here? I've been seeing, it's really cool. I've been seeing a lot. Oh, Tennessee. Nice. I have been seeing a lot more people in Canada in the groups, and that is awesome. I wish the shipping situation was better, because there's a lot of really cool looms and stuff that people miss out on. I just took these strings, I just made knots, nothing specific, just a bunch of random knots, just so I was comfortable thinking it's clipped in. So these, oops, no, I almost clipped this one. No, don't clip that one. So there it is. Now if you're doing this, you're making them in advance, only put the pom on one side. Oh, hey, Ruth from Toronto. Nice. Oh, Montreal, Nevada, Wisconsin, Iowa. Okay, who all has snow right now? Because we got like 3 inches overnight, and we've had a super mild winter. I remember having 4 foot of snow when I was a little kid. It was a blizzard, but man, it was totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. You make little pom-poms. If you make them in advance, which if I'm making a lot of socks, a lot of house socks around Christmas, I will make my cords in advance. You only hook a pom-pom to one side. This is for when you pull it through. Makes it a lot easier. Actually, there's a couple ways you can do it. No snow right now, thank goodness. You're lucky, Brenda. My head, the snow, not my friend. Not at all. So there we go, got the strings. Okay, now 35 centimeters of snow. About 6 inches for somebody else. Okay, you guys got me beat. Yep, you guys got me beat. Mid-Ohio Valley. Our snow's actually melting a lot today. But yeah, I'm not happy with snow. Let's talk about making your slippers non-skid. Oh, yay, we have someone from the UK. Hi, Dee. Awesome. I know I don't know the time change over there, so I figured it'd be very difficult to get people from overseas here. I'm very glad you're able to make it, though. Wow. So I had 13 inches of snow Friday. Oh, and Brenda, yeah, my driveway is a huge mud pit, too. It rains, then it snows, and then everything's melting, and yeah. But, okay. If you guys have other ways that you like to do the bottoms of your soles, post them in here. If you got video links, anything, that's fine. Recently, I saw somebody, I wish I knew who it was. I think she was actually doing a live video, maybe in a group, where it looked like she was painting on, I'm guessing maybe like that liquid silicone, for the bottom of a house sock. For an entire bottom, that'd be awesome. Me, I'm very clumsy, so I don't want my entire bottom of it feeling like rubber. My bedroom is in the basement, so it's concrete floor. But what I've done is I did 2 different ways. Well, 2 different methods, but like kind of 3 different ways. First thing I tried was a hot glue gun, because I didn't have any fabric paint, and that's what I wanted to do initially. If you use a hot glue gun, I'm going to show you these ones in the middle first, because first couple didn't turn out so well. I went to my Dollar Tree and got a pack of hot glue sticks that were glittery, and they have them in all different colors. Now, my glue gun had a stick in it that had to run out, and it, instead of these, where I let it heat up and it just pushed a little bit out at a time, see how thin those are? Look how thick this is. So, and this one. I love how they turned out. I think they're adorable, but I want to fix this one and this one. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, if wax paper over top of it with an iron maybe to try to flatten it out. I'm not sure. You guys have tips on that? Let me know, because I do want to fix this one. I know somebody who would absolutely love this set, and I want to fix it before I would give it to them. But this is with a hot glue gun. And with a hot glue gun, you got to watch, because anyone who's messed with them, you'll get like those strings of glue coming off. It dries really fast, though. That's a nice thing. Something else, which this is what I've been using. There are all different kinds of fabric glue. I went the glow in the dark. I thought that was neat. And when it dries, you don't really see it on the bottom too much until the light turns out. I'm going to see, hopefully the light, there you go. On this one, I just did vertical stripes here, and then vertical stripes here, because I figured this is where the heel and the toe hit. So my thoughts are, not only is this going to help reinforce the heel and the toe so it won't wear as fast, but it's also the main point where your feet touch the ground, you got a little extra traction to it. What do you guys think? And this one, I gotta fix the second one. The first one, I tried using my glue gun, and I did like the dots with the glue gun, and the dots, I'm just, like, actually, I can kind of rip them off. It's hard to get them to be flat. Was this from Walmart? It's Tulip Glow in the Dark, Dimension Fabric Paint, natural, and it says lay flat to dry for 4 hours. It can be washed after 72 hours. But I got this at Michael's. I'm almost positive I've seen it at Walmart. If not this exact one, Walmart has the fabric paint. I was on a craft store run that day, and I kind of hit up all that, where we've got a Hobby and a Michael's now. They are all within like 2 miles of each other. So if I hit up one, I mean, I gotta hit them all up. I gotta be fair. Gotta be fair to all the craft stores. That's my excuse. So you can see where I did the glue dots with the hot glue gun. Some of them are misshaped. They don't look cute. I went and decided, well, I like the little curly cues, and they're really thin, so it doesn't feel bulky on the bottom of the foot. It's real smooth and thin, and I like them, and it glows in the dark. I'm thinking about maybe doing some type of making some as gifts, and maybe doing little designs on the front. Like, I don't know, sports or whatever. But this one, I'm going to have to go over and do glue dots on the bottom of this one so they match. So it'll drive me crazy, guys. Ooh. That was the main things I wanted to go over with this video. But I also wanted to show you guys just some kind of fun, not too expensive things that you can do. Wow, my hair is just going crazy. It's used to be up in a messy bun. I've got like a weird poof going. I've got bangs I'm trying to grow out. Anyway, sorry. First of all, who I would love to have a yarn bowl but doesn't want to pay like 50 to 100 bucks for one. Yeah, they can be pricey, especially cute ones. And even ones like this one, stinking adorable, but I think I got it on sale for like 20 bucks. Hand card, yada yada, yes, that's nice. But I want to show you a yarn bowl I got that I actually have a whole cabinet full of. And I think it cost me $1 at a yard sale. It's a teapot. How cute is that? I collect teapots. And it didn't dawn on me one day. I don't even know, like, oh, there's something on that. I guess I could have washed out. And this one isn't one I use. It has a crack in it, and it's kind of stained up. But I've got the lid. It's glass, so this isn't one I'd want to be traveling around with. But it's cute to sit on my stand beside my bed while I'm knitting. And I can have the yarn coming out the tube here. I got another one that's really cute too. And this is one that I use and I can't find the lid. Probably one of my favorite teapots because the whistler is the rooster's mouth. So when the lid's on it and whistles, the steam comes out the rooster's mouth. Stinking adorable. So this goes down. The yarn just comes out here. One thing with teapots though, if you want to watch, this is an older one. It has like a built-in infuser and everything. I'm hoping I can show this good. Okay, see that grate right there? You can't bring yarn through the nozzle of this one. So if you wanted to use a teapot, you'd have to just sit the yarn in it and it couldn't come out the nozzle. If Walmart has those giant glass jars and the Sam's Club and I'm sure Costco and wherever else, giant jars of like pickles and banana peppers, clean them out, bleach them so everything doesn't smell like pickles. Those also make really good yarn bowls. I have a lot of questions about tensioners, so I figured I can just kind of show you guys how I love the teapots. I think it's adorable. I've used flower pots. I've used teapots. I like using things that are heavy because I don't like my stuff flopping all over the place. So, and I like my yarn bowls to have lids. So, a lot of yarn bowls don't. Okay. Dollar Tree, $1. 50 straws. And this one, I have the choice of stripes, I have the choice of green, I have the choice of polka dots. One thing I do is I'm going to use these as my tensioners. They're the paper straws. What I found is if it's for a small project, I like to cut them in half. But if it's for a small project, you can use it just as is. I still prefer to cut them in half. But if it's going to be on a larger project, I cover them with box tape. Which there is an end here. I know it exists. Ah, I feel it. So what I do is pull out the tape. Make sure it's long enough. And lose my scissors. It's not in the original plan. But if you guys seen my desk here, I have like 3 pairs of scissors, like 4 different loom tools. Coffee cans too, yes. Yes, coffee cans. And then the coffee smell, I don't mind on my yarn. It's very good at neutralizing unpleasant odors. Alright, so this is just a piece of box tape on the paper straw. And then all I do is roll it. And it makes it a lot sturdier. And so I ran over on the end some. No biggie. Cut that off. I didn't quite make it all the way to the end on this one. Cut that off. But then you just cut it to the length that you prefer. Then you run your yarn through it, and there's your loom tool. Your tensioner, I mean. And you can even take, if you need more cushion on your tensioner, you can buy these in packs. Because you just need the bottom part of the tensioner that can go through the pegs. And you can take and squeeze this so it will fit through the thinner pegs. And what this is, I just found these... Michael's Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. I had to think of my way I went in my trip. Ink pens do work really good. As long as if I'm using an ink pen casing for a tensioner, I make sure it's on a larger gauge loom. I've been working a lot with the smaller gauge looms, and just the tips don't want to go through the pegs. But you can buy packs of these things. I don't remember how much it was at Hobby Lobby, and there was some more in it. I want to say there was 5 altogether, and they're all different sizes. The largest one fits loom tool perfectly. This pink one goes over a straw really good for a yarn guide, and I'm actually setting that over there to put on my next project. You can also take for your loom tools. This is those pencil grips you can get, which I got a pack of, I think 6 of them for $1. They're a lot harder to get on here, but some people prefer the rubbery feel over like the spongy feel of this one. That's really preference. Something I saw that I have never used before, but I just got one and used it, and I thought it was really cute. These little labels. I've seen them in stores over and over again, and I never get them and use them, and I've always thought they were cute, so I finally picked up some. And they have little packs like this where you can sew them in. They've got different ones, say Stitch with Love, stuff like that you can put on them. This pattern's actually getting ready to come out pretty soon. Your tensioner doesn't, no, the tensioner doesn't really need to fit between the pegs. For me, it's personal preference. I watch TV and stuff a lot while I knit, and if I'm not getting it through the pegs, then if my tensioner's not going through the pegs, sometimes I pop stitches off, and I don't like to pick up stitches. Just seems, for me, that just seems to work really good. Oh, one thing I haven't talked about yet. Okay, so there are the giveaway for the Loom-a-Long. I'm doing the drawing on the 29th of this month, February, Leap Day. Seemed like a decent day. This is what you get here. The loom doesn't have the pegs in it. You could put them in. Really nice loom. You're going to love it. This yarn can be used on this loom to make socks, and there's enough yarn here. It even comes with, if you crochet or needle knit, it does come with a pattern for both. The book is in here very well. It's wrote out very well. And that's what the collarway is so pretty. And the loom comes with, I even throw extra pegs in there for you as well. And I threw a bunch of yarn brawl, which I've been getting a lot of questions about what yarn brawl is. Where did I get my tags at? I found those ones I got at Hobby Lobby, but I didn't see any at Michael's, but they could have been sold out. I did see some at Joann Fabrics though. And okay, knock stuff over. This is yarn brawl. I'll cut off a piece that's really not in use and show you. It's this netting stuff. It's similar to kind of like what you get in the produce section, but it stretches differently. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show it up close so you can see the material. I don't have trouble with my yarn like really snagging in it and stuff, because I've tried to use like I just dropped a sock in my cup of coffee. Okay, I'll deal with that later. It's gonna be some fun coffee. What people use these for is to go around your yarn and help keep it all together. How many of us have been working on a project and the yarn just starts unraveling, you're getting knots in it, it's coming apart, everything in your purse is sticking to it? Well, there's all different shapes of yarn and stuff that can fit in these. So basically this is how I do it. I just use it by the yard or whatever, and then put it in, and then cut it. I'll pull this one up just a little bit. And that's going to keep, not only you're going to keep your label with it, you're going to keep it from getting too matted up. The end string, over there. I can just push it in. Oh, so you have the tags at the clothes store by me. That's awesome. I'm trying to find more. I'd like to get some whimsical ones. Ones that say stuff like, the truth about making items, where there's a lot of cussing that went into this hat. Made with blood, sweat, and tears. Made with love and a lot of my own hair. Okay. So this is an example of the yarn brawl. What I like about it is if I'm making multiple projects, I will take and I can stick a loom tool down in there. I can put my row counter down in there, kind of keep it all together. And right here, this is some of my favorite row counters. I've seen this at Joann Fabrics. I want to say I've seen it at Walmart, maybe. Zaza, you're here. Hi. But these ones I like because it has a light, and I've never went over more. I think it has like 4-digit places. I've never gotten up that high. I always start over. But, so this is what Yarn Brawl is. If you look, you can get it. I sell it with an industrial roll of it years ago. I found some that I didn't like, and I bought some. I don't like to talk bad about companies. There's a company, I see it at Joann Fabrics, that sells Yarn Brawl. Sometimes you see it called Yarn Corset. For me personally, the plastic it's made out of is too heavy, and the holes are too big. With this, I'm not getting as much stuff coming through and sticking with it. On Etsy, there are other people who sell it too. I don't know what theirs is like. Mine, I just searched until I found something that I personally like. But Etsy has a lot of people selling it as well, and you just type in Yarn Corset or Yarn Brawl. I really like it. It's a great way, especially if you pile yarn, it's not going to get tangled. And we all know what that's like, the big, massive ball of yarn barf, as we like to call it. It's horrible. I'm going to see if I'd missed any questions here real quick. It is so nice to have craft stores close to you. Ink pens, coffee cans. Yeah, Tracy, I like to use, if you're, I've used the decorative tins too. But Tracy said that she'll put a grommet in the lid. And if you're not sure what a grommet is, basically you're punching a hole in the lid, and there's this little piece you can put in it that keeps the edge of that hole nice and smooth so the yarn's not getting stuck to it. I actually used to do those. I ate a lot of pickles. I would save all those pickle jars, paint the lids to get the pickle smell out of them, and I would cut a slit for a bank, and then I'd put a hole with a grommet. Actually, I didn't use a grommet. I used puff paint. But I'd put a hole with that in the top of it so that they can pull the yarn through. A lot of really crafty people in my family. Do I use for Fair Isle? What do I use for Fair Isle? Are you asking loom, yarn, tool? It's hard to keep me on track, guys. You should do it. I would buy it. I'm not sure what you would want to buy. I know with the delay on here, it frustrates me a bit because sometimes I get comments and I'm not really sure what the comment is referencing. I'm going to get a drink of my coffee though. My sock coffee now. It was a clean sock, I promise. Oh, something else I meant to mention. A lot of you guys are using a Charisma yarn. I've seen that. So honestly, when you wash your socks, you shouldn't see really any difference in like not tension, but the sizing. Some fibers, once you wash it, your stitches will relax, and you can get. I made socks for me once that were so perfect. I love them. They fit my feet like a glove. I washed them 2 sizes too big after the stitches relaxed. Oh, do I use the yarn ball for ferrule? Absolutely. You have no idea. Well, any of you who've had to run with multiple collars together, oh, I've done it to where I'd have it like this, where one collar's coming out of one end and one collar's coming out of the other end. Or I'd have multiple ones, but all of them in their own little yarn brawl, because when you have them down in one container, it's that I always am getting them stuck. And if I'm using anything at all with wool in it, I always end up with my stuff stuck together. One tip though, if you do use yarn brawl, something with wool or angora, like animal fiber, you gotta watch, because anytime doing a center pull from anything with real animal fiber, you do risk the yarn kind of felting on its way out. So just kind of watch out for that. What loom hook do you like the best? Ooh, let me grab my loom hooks. There's so many. Okay, that was my scissors that I keep losing. Loom tools. Okay, guys. All right. I've got, these are all KB loom tools. I knit so much that I prefer mine to have something on it. I bought a set of these at Hobby Lobby. I got a pack of these at the Dollar Tree. These are your normal pencil grips. These are a lot harder to get on. I prefer this. Other than that, I have actually taken and kind of made my own loom tools. If you guys know, a lot of the companies who do like the wooden looms will do the wooden loom tools. The wood is too hard on my hands. This one's a mess. I used to make custom knitting bags, and here's some of my loom tools I still have left from it. These were the wooden ones, and I took and dipped them first in, what's it called? It's the stuff you can dip like hammer handles in and stuff. It's like a liquid plastic, and let it dry, coat it. I wasn't too thrilled with that. So this has like foam and stuff around it. And I made an OU bag, and that went with it. And this matched another bag that I'd made. I still use these ones a good bit, especially if my carpal tunnel is acting up. But there are more tools out there. This tool is seen a lot. I'm trying to think who. This is one that you can buy by itself a lot. I want to say boy, maybe? No, whichever one the boy one is. I remember I always have trouble with mine. I end up breaking them in half somehow. The metal only goes down to about this far, and then I end up breaking it. It's just my tension, I suppose. These were sent to me and are really neat. This is called the Knit and Purl tool. And this one, there's a learning curve to this tool. It's really neat. I have videos that go over this tool and how to use it. Cindy Wood Looms. Their tools are really nice because theirs already comes with the spongy thing on it. It already comes like that, and it comes with a plastic tube too. So even if you want to use, if I can find it, like this, I've got thinner ones of these. If you want to use a thinner one, this plastic sleeve can come off, and you can use like the regular ones you use for crochet tools. But Cindy Wood's, theirs don't bend very. I have trouble. These ones don't tend to bend. What loom hook do you? Okay, what is the hat on your is that the hat on my playlist? It looks really awesome. Thank you. This hat is not on the playlist yet. I am finishing up. Fingers crossed, y'all. I want to finish the video up for it tomorrow, and then hopefully it will come out this weekend. So look for it Friday. That's where I got the one with the clear tube. Yes, Cindy Wood. Cindy Woods are really nice. Like, they went through a phase where they were having issues with their supplier for them, but they're great. Probably the weirdest looking tool I have is this one. It comes in a pack with a purple and an orange one, and it's for the spinning loom from KB. The orange one I'm finding, I've been using it with this one, and I think it's under my bed. I'm going to find it later. But I've noticed the purple one, for this loom, the purple's just a little big. For the original topper, it works really good. But the orange one, for this one, works fantastic. And what's cool is I'm able to pick up 2 stitches at one time and knit them off. And I did notice a significant difference in the speed in which I was working on this. And for those who missed it, if you don't have one of the KB spinny looms, I still have the box sitting here. I'm going to be kind of concentrating some. I'll be still putting out material on other looms and such. I've got all kinds of videos in the process, guys. And I've got socks, I've got hats, I've got shawls, all kinds of things. I'm trying to think of some good blanket patterns, because I haven't really come out with a blanket pattern in a while. But, okay, Jane, but my favorite loom tool, I can't really give you a favorite, because some loom tools I've noticed I prefer on certain looms. Like the KB loom tools, I like them on my KB looms. My Cindywood ones, I typically prefer my Cindywood looms with those tools. Some of them just seem to, the way they fit in my hand and the way I hold the looms, because even with long looms, I might use a different loom tool than circle looms. The only thing I know is I have plenty. And what's funny is how many times I've went around and looked around the house and been like, I have loom tools. So last time I went through, it's actually kind of embarrassing. Last time I cleaned my office, this little beaker completely full of loom tools. Like, it's absurd. It really is. Oh, hey! Okay. Amanda, okay, I want to do 10-stitch blanket. Are you going to do another one? I love the 10-stitch blanket. I was actually debating the other day about maybe starting another one, because I'm going to grab yarn. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I have my local Walmart. I'm watching them. Yes, I'm wearing footy pajamas. It's the way I am. I'm cozy, guys. It's cozy day. I put makeup on. Y'all lucky for that. Okay. Look how beautiful this is. How nice would that be as a 10-stitch? And I've got a couple of them. And I got them clearance for like $1.99 at Walmart. And they only had 2, but this needs to be a blanket or a massive shawl. It is just so pretty, and I keep eyeballing it, and I don't know what to do with it. KBS Loom has a guide to make a blanket. Yes, it does. A lot of them do. Actually, where do you get the knit purl hooks? Anybody in the chat, if you know right offhand where to get the knit purl tools, if you would send a link, absolutely please do so. But I'm actually going to make a note of that too. Okay, so the sock PDF, knit purl tool. I want to make sure I get all this information in here. Oh, okay. 6 o'clock. We still got people in here. You guys are awesome. Well, since I still got, over 20 people in here, what would you like to see? My next Loom-a-Long is going to be on the rotating loom. You can use the original with the smaller topper, or you can use the larger topper. There will be probably, I don't know, maybe 6 to 10 inch difference in the finished project, because what we're going to be doing is called a Rumah. I know that sounds weird, but basically, if I can find an empty piece of paper, basically it will be 2 panels, but oh god, that's horrible. Sorry guys. Okay, a Rumah, it's 2 long rectangle panels, and you hook them together halfway down through. And it gives you kind of like a nice lap blanket, but it's also, you can pull over your shoulders, and they are awesome little cuddle blankets. And the good thing about this project will be that when you are done, you can take just your regular rectangle that you make and use it just as a shawl as itself. You can make a second, or a third, or a fourth, hook them together and make blankets. Or you can hook it only like halfway down and have the other end opening up to where this goes over your shoulders. An artist I am not. Oh, Amazon has the knit hook. Awesome. Thank you, Nina. That thing you were talking about earlier, the Roma, I want to learn how to make that. I have one. I'm not sure where it's at. Someone gave me one as a gift, and that's what we're going to be doing. That's going to be the project for the Loom-a-Long, for the rotating loom. And this is actually the start of it. I'm going to make the first panel, make sure I get the measurements, and make sure I really like the yarn and everything. But look how wide this is. And the stitch I'm doing is not hard at all. And this is the 1 pound Christmas that you can get. I gotta go tomorrow and check, but when I got it, my Michaels had them buy one, get one 50% off. They're normally like $10. But yes, because I had so many people asking for shawls, and I had people asking for blankets. If I do this Rumah pattern, then I get that helps everybody. You'll learn how to cast on, you'll learn how to work the stitch. It's going to be one single stitch, so you don't have to worry about changing stuff up. You'll learn how to cast it off. You'll learn how to do a mattress seam. With the double knitting, the seam isn't going to be perfect. You're going to be able to see where that seam is, but that's also going to be a reinforced strength point in this project. So try to look at it like that. So I am excited about this because I actually do have a secondary Rumah pattern not out. I've been working on it off and on for a while. Started it for a friend, but then I'm like, okay, I love this. Other people are going to love this. This needs to be a thing. That's what I thought. So I am working on it, and it's just going to be one piece. There'll be no seaming. It's going to be double knit, which is actually really fun. Far out, I don't have one of those looms, but could I make, yes, you can, any long loom. Just pick a long loom. I am using, let me see how many pegs this topper has. The topper I'm using is a 60 peg topper, however wide you want it to be, because basically we're making blankets here. It's going to be like a throw blanket shoulder wrap Rumah. I think it's Ruma, I believe. I had to look it up because I didn't even know what the thing was. I just know it was really cool and I wanted to make it. Yeah, but any double knit loom, which that means rake style, any loom that's like this, where there's pegs on this side and this side. It doesn't have to be in this shape. We are not working in the round. This is going to be a flat panel. And I'm doing a stitch that I think is going to have a lot of stretch to it too. So I'm really excited about this pattern. It's going to be fun. And I've already got... Alright, she's not watching. My best friend is getting ready to have knee surgery. And so she has been hinting around about some socks, and she likes shawls, so the Rumah is going to be made for her, and I'm going to make her socks to go with it. And like burgundy's her favorite color, so this is, I don't know what the name of this actual one is. Charisma Big. It's called Berry. So yeah, that's burgundy. Oh, here's the label. And I love this yarn so much. I've made so many projects with it. The house slippers I make, and if you watch it, you can get really good sales on it. I'm kind of looking around. You guys got questions? Just throw them out there. I'm looking around, seeing what else I haven't talked about. Oh, with the prize thing, just remember, all you guys got to do to be entered in this, the drawing is on the 29th. I'll put the link, write that down too. Link for the drawing. I'll put the link in the video description. But all you do is share a picture of share a picture of a pair of finished socks that you've made. Even if you don't get them done by the 29th, share pictures of your progress updates. Socks are very intimidating. I went with a pattern that I thought would really help get people out of their comfort zone and learn a few new things, and then kind of go up from there. I'm going to the rotating loom for the next one, and then after that I will pick a different loom, different style. I want to kind of switch it around and try a lot of different things. But just make sure, anybody who's sharing the pictures, I don't want you to miss out being on the drawing. The last time there was 300-400 people in the drawing, but it was a lot of fun. I did a random number generator. You just share a picture of your sock in any group, and then share the picture on the link that I'm going to put in the video description. And just, if you would put the name of the group it's in, that'd be fantastic. If not, if you can tag me in it, that works too. Socks are very intimidating, and I want people to kind of get out of their comfort zone and really not be scared of trying new things. Because I spent probably 4 years only using an E-wrap. Like, I made house socks. That was like the first big thing. You know, of course, hat was the very first thing. Then I was so disappointed because it curled in every single which way. Then I learned how to do the brim, where, like how I did with the cuffs, where it pulled up and it didn't, my words aren't working, guys. It didn't curl. And then I learned, I was using the E-wrap for everything. And it's just, there's like this progression of knowledge that everybody gets. Actually, Nikki, I remember hearing her talking about this not long ago. There's definitely a progression of knowledge, and I kind of want to help people. It's like it's a learning process, but it also can be discouraging when you make something, you're like, well, I don't know why it did this. So the best, Kathy, that's who it is. Kathy sells the knit and purl tools on Etsy. Thank you, Bonnie. Kathy, I'm so sorry I couldn't remember your name. My mind blanked. I'm sorry. But yes, that's where I got mine. And they're really, really cool. Amazon in Canada don't have the same things. Bree, if you are able to contact Kathy in person, Kathy, I hope you don't mind me saying this, I would message her to see what options you would have. I have found that as an individual, it seems to be a lot cheaper for me to ship things to Canada that I have than it is for these companies, and I don't know why. And for all of you guys in Canada, I hate it for you. I do not think that shipping should be what it is. It shouldn't cost more for me to ship something to Canada than California, when the California address is actually longer way than it would be for the Canadian address for me. That's my rant. That's my rant on that one. Sorry, guys. Okay. Share things. Everybody participate in groups. This year I'm really going to focus on teaching more, because doing the live and face thing, Vogue, whatever. Thanks for the name, that helps. Okay. Definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm told I need to work on that, and I'm trying. And the one thing I do like is I'm able to sit here and see, like, I'm sorry if there's little pause moments where I'm just like going like this reading, but I can keep up with comments, I can answer things right now, and I think I need to come up with some type of little game plan for every Sunday, something simple. So I'm not just sitting here like, okay, now what do I talk about? What do I talk about now? Try to keep it within a time frame, which I'm already went over an hour. When is the last date for the pick qualify? Yes, to post the picture. I want to say it is 5 p.m. that day. I'm going to double check that. It's either 5 p.m. that day or 5 p.m. the day before it. Aw, thanks, Bree. But yes, Sarah, I'm going to make a note. I'm taking notes today, guys, because I'm getting a lot of people really wanting the live videos, so I want to keep up with doing these, because I didn't have internet when I first started loom knitting. Not where I was at. I didn't have internet, so I was going through these books, and now I'm learning that, okay, what I was taught from these books, it's not the actual name for these stitches, and I've come to learn along the way. One thing a lot of people don't realize is that we're kind of winging it, guys. We really are. We're winging this. Because I only know the stuff that I know. Then you have people out there like Scarlet Royal. You guys don't know her. You like making plushies and stuffed animals. She's the queen. Like, her stuff is awesome. And then we have all these other ones who do. Then you have Kristen, who she knits, crochet, loom knits. There's just, everybody seems to have like their own little area. And one thing that everybody's really trying to work together with is doing away with some of the outdated terminology. If you look through any of my PDFs and stuff, you'll notice that I'm changing it where it says EWRAP instead of EW to TS. The reason for that being is the EWRAP, it's the visual that helps you out. Okay, it's like little cursive E's around the pegs. That's my EWRAP. But in needle knitting, what that is that is called a twisted knit stitch, because it's just the way you've taken the stitch off, it's twisted it around. And you're doing the same thing, it's just a slightly different process. That would be 10 p.m. for us. It's 10 p.m. for you right now, Dee? Wow. Okay. So, me getting on here 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for everybody, does that seem to be working okay? This was the first video I had huge turnout, but so many people were so excited that a lot of people just went ahead and figured out and finished their socks. I saw so many of you taking, and people who have never made socks before, and then turning around and doing your Kitchener toes. That's brave. Y'all did good. It wasn't, because I was just doing the simple, okay, little pull string closure, flat top, nice and neat. D, I have an app for watching UK TV, so I know the time. See, that's my problem, Bree and D. I'm not good with the time difference, and I need to start putting on my videos, I don't know, whatever like the 5 major time zones are, I guess. I don't know, because it's a little too difficult to go all the way around the world and do it. But I know I can hit up all the ones in the US, because not everybody, EST, it's even me, I'll have to look it up. If it's not Eastern Standard Time, I'm like, okay, is that an hour ahead, an hour behind? Is it going to be today? Is this in the future? Like Australia, they're a day ahead of us. They're a day ahead of me. They live in the future. Everyone else has gone to bed. That might actually be better for a lot of people. Put everybody to bed and then work. Okay, so, Central Standard Time is an hour behind me. Okay, the whole time change thing in general, where I'm located, we do the time change. Not everywhere does, and that messes it up even more. But I'm going to try to stay on it and make sure I'm adding the different dates. The different time zones. So I have some links I need to add on here. I'm going to continue doing little live videos. I'll try to come up with a topic for each one, and I'm going to stay with Sundays, because I want to say some of the Loom groups. If you're not in the various Loom groups out there, join them. Join them. There's so much help, so much beneficial information, and it's really cool to put stuff in there and just get ideas and help. And it feels really nice to have the, I don't know, the positive feedback. Saskatchewan has never changed the clocks. We're all this, man, I wish they would do that here. I have cousins and they live like a couple miles apart from each other. Where the one lives, they have time change. Where the other one lives, they don't. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You're in a lot of groups already? I'm in as many of them as I can be. I try to participate, but it's hard because after, I don't know how many of you know what happened with my channel. I want to say it was September. My channel got hacked, yada yada yada, lost all my videos, I lost everything. I was able to retrieve about, I'd say 3/4 of my videos back. I'm still kind of going through, someone's actually going to help me out and go through and re-add my links, so I'm sorry guys, I know that's been a complaint that my Ravelry stuff isn't linked back to my YouTube. Ravelry, it's taken me a bit because I'm trying to concentrate on patterns too, and the kids, doing all that, but it's all going to get linked back up. This year I'm really going to, I want to streamline everything. I want it to look as professional as possible. I want it to be as helpful as possible. It's pointless for me to be making patterns and giving them away or selling them or whatever if it's not going to be beneficial to the people getting them. So every single pattern I do, there's videos that go with them. If you need graphs and charts, there's graph and charts that go with them. My email address is there. You need help, you let me know. And yes, the YouTube channel was devastating, and I'd had it up for over 8 years, and because I started while I was pregnant with my youngest. Well, oh, it was so frustrating. I cried and I cried, but the thing that really hurt me the most was it wiped all the statistics off my channel, and I had to start completely new. I was able to re-upload my videos, but all the information from every single video link was gone. All my cover photos was gone. Instead of having, I had 20, a big thing for me because I worked really hard for it. I had 28,000. I was on track to have 30,000 subscribers by the beginning of December. And when I do patterns and stuff, that goes out to everybody that's turned those notifications on. So now I'm constantly getting messages from people saying, oh my god, I thought your channel disappeared and I just found it. And so I'm trying to find the best ways to get the word back out, try to get my subscribers back up. I'm gaining subscribers really good, and I'm very pleased with that, and I'm excited, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, which is, it's always makes me feel good. I like positive feedback. Anybody, I think all women are pretty critical of ourselves in some extent, and I always just, I'm losing my words, guys. The whole thing with losing the channel was just turned everything upside down for me. So now, luckily, I have a very good friend who is going to help with the computer side of it. And instead of, because there for about 2 years straight, I had a brand new video come out every single Friday. It may have been a review, it may have been a stitch, it may have been a full pattern. So I'm going to get back to that. Whenever I do my live videos, which I'm going to do live videos, I'm getting a decent turnout. The replays people seem to like, and it's nice to kind of sit and talk to people. Sarah, why do people do that to someone? So sorry. I know it takes a lot of work to set up again. You're doing great. Thank you, Sarah. What it was, and this is something that's been going around on YouTube, once you hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. A little YouTube FYI. Once you hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, then that's when, like, I think your information kind of goes out. And I started getting, I had a loom knitting channel. That was it. Nothing else. Loom knitting. I had people all over the world emailing me for product reviews and stuff, which was fantastic. I got some really cool stuff, but I'm not doing that anymore because my channel is sticking to loom knitting fiber. I have 2 other channels set up for product reviews that aren't fiber related. But I was below, if you are less than, there's this gap between 10,000 and 100,000 subscribers. At 10,000, YouTube starts to acknowledge your existence. It's like, okay, we give you this cute little badge thing. You hit 10,000. But until you hit that 100,000 mark, there is no help from YouTube. Like, none. None I was able to get. So what happened was, through a series of unfortunate events, anxiety attack, and me just not using my brain, because it was my fault that it happened, I might as well gave money to a Nigerian prince. My channel got hacked, and what they did is they went into the settings, they moved my channel to a completely new email address and closed my channel. So I didn't have access to anything. They moved all my statistics and everything to this new channel. I was very lucky to have a few friends who have channels over the 100,000 mark. One had like, I think 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers. So they were able to contact people in YouTube with me. And I had so many of you guys going around and reporting the channel, reporting the videos, reporting everything for me. And that got that channel shut down. But I wasn't able to get all the videos back before, which it's fine. A lot of my stuff I wanted to do better anyway. I've played around with different setups and stuff over the year, and I'm getting this down, guys. I'm working on it. See, and those of you who know me, this is a struggle for me. I'm messy, and I'm keeping my nails looking nice and keeping fake nails on like all the time now, so that I'm not I don't have an excuse to not do a video. I'm going to set up specific days and times, video editing, blah 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 blah, because I am going to be more consistent, even if for a while it's just a live video on Sundays just to kind of help people out with questions. I know a lot of you aren't going to see this because this is like way into the video at this point. But where do you guys find it easiest to see the live videos? I can set them up on YouTube. I can do them through, I can make an event for it. I can do them through the Hypnotic, Hysteria, Looming group on Facebook. Or I can do it through the Hypnotic, Hysteria, Looming business page on Facebook. So I can do it through any of those. So whatever I get the best response from, I'm going to try. I think I want to try a little bit with each one, each format. I haven't done the YouTube one yet at all. And I have to do it through my webcam. Well, through my camera. And my laptop. I have to do it through my computer, not my camera. The camera on my laptop. So I want to get a better webcam before I start doing live ones on YouTube. Guys, I think I'm kind of done here. Really, I made notes and I've went over all my notes. I'm gonna double check, but I did it this time, guys. Last time I was so nervous, I was stumbling over myself and didn't know. I just got lost. This time was a little more freeform. But okay, I went over the giveaway. Oh, with the giveaway. Whoever wins the giveaway, it is free shipping if you are in the continental U.S. If you're outside the U.S., then you'll have to cover shipping. But the way it will be packaged, the box will be flattened out and the pegs aren't in this so that it can be put into just a flat envelope and shipped out. Okay, Oliver, you don't like YouTube Live. Maybe try and see what you think. I figured I would try it, but I've never really done YouTube Live, so I don't know how people like it, how they get the notifications, if the notifications come through. How did you guys get notifications for this? Were you looking for it, waiting for it, or did you have the notifications turned on? Okay, 1 or 3 shipping, and this is horrible. This is my handwriting. It looks like the scribblings of a mad woman. I showed you about the straw. Once I figured this out, this is what I use all the time for my tensioners. I love it. We did the pom-pom. I talked about the bottom of the sock. I prefer the fabric glue over the hot glue gun, although I can do some super cute stuff with the hot glue gun, but I can do that with the fabric paint too. Okay, we got some, oh wait, but I don't get it. Okay, Oliver, so you don't get the notification. Happy to pay shipping. Okay, so Sarah, you went looking for it and you had notifications. Okay, I'm going to have to figure that out. So maybe not going through an event. Next time I will try on my personal page and see if that's better, because even on here, I was trying to figure out how I could share it while it's live. And I'm not seeing how I'm able to share the video as it's live. So I'm not really sure how to do that, and I don't want you guys to have to like sit around and wait and just search for it. So I'm going to figure out what the best way is and make sure that I don't want people to miss it if they don't have to, because sitting around, if you guys are sitting here right now, you're interacting, you're talking, everything, that's a lot easier to do than watch an hour and a half replay of something and not know what you want to do. Oh, I will add some playlist links. If you guys go on my YouTube channel and check where I separate all my stuff in the playlist, anytime I have one that's like full patterns, anytime I do a full pattern beginning to end that, you know, have a PDF and everything with it, I have a playlist it goes to. So that playlist will get updated. I had notifications turned on but could not find the link. I late every time because I couldn't find the way on here. I found the event on Facebook. It was kind of hard to find. Man! The link also appeared from the event page. Wow. Okay. Maybe if someone could post the link once you go live, that would help. Maybe, because I actually have my laptop set up here, because that's what my idea was, because I know some people were having trouble finding it. So I was just going to take the link and share it in a few. I had like 5 different groups set up. I don't want to flood all of the groups at the same time. That's why I really appreciate it when you guys share stuff for me, because I don't want to seem like it's self-promoting, but it's also teaching, if that makes sense. Like, I like teaching. This is something I enjoy doing. I prefer to be on the opposite side of the camera and do lots of editing. But this is something I do that I enjoy, that helps out a lot with my depression and anxiety, and with my health issues. There's days where I'm just basically in bed, and there's really not much I can do about it. So I can pick up a project. I needle knit, I loom knit, I crochet, I spin yarn, and I love it. I even got a couple spinning wheels. I asked before I posted. Yes, Oliver, I do appreciate, I always try to put on my things, if I'm asking people to share, always try to make sure it is okay to share in a specific group if you're sharing live events and Loom-a-Longs and stuff like that, because some groups are, my group, yes, I want to promote my patterns in my YouTube channel. I've got about 27 subscribers to find that I lost, that haven't found me back. But I want us all to do good. I want us all to win, and I want us all to learn. I'm not the only person out there who makes patterns, and the way I do it might not be the best for you. So everybody has their way, everybody has what they like, and in my group, the Hypnotic, Hysteria, Loom knitting, Looming, group on Facebook. If you're not on it, join it. Any fiber art, share with us. If it's something, even if it's cute things, you're like, okay, is there a conversion for this or that? Loom knitting's my thing. That's what my channel is about. But I love fiber art. I understand you so much that you can't do because of your health. I have autoimmune disease. Oh, how do I say your name? A-U-D. Odd? I don't want to say that wrong. Odd? I don't know. Autoimmune. I've got a laundry list here. The main thing, I've got fibromyalgia that took them about 10 years to give me an official diagnosis, but I ended up at Cleveland Clinic fibromyalgia. They have a special fibromyalgia clinic at Cleveland Clinic where I had to go through psychiatric testing. Okay, so just go with Cynthia. Okay, all right. Hi, Cynthia. And I understand autoimmune. It's horrible. It's devastating, and you can look perfectly fine on the outside, and the inside just be shreds, you know. And one thing people don't understand with autoimmune diseases, especially if there's a lot of pain involved, just because you have a smile on your face and you're working, you're doing your stuff, doesn't mean that pain's not there. When I got married when I was like 20, big mistake. Got divorced. All that's over now. I went through quite a bit of trauma, but I started suffering from chronic migraines when I got pregnant with my oldest, who's 13. Had her when I was 21, but as soon as I got pregnant, chronic migraines. I had chronic migraines for about 8 years. And I've been able, through different medications and different things, get the migraines under control a bit more now. And it's so weird. I have a migraine now, and it's like, I don't know how I functioned before when I had the pain all the time. But your body gets used to it, and you, unfortunately, build up a tolerance, I guess. I'm sorry, guys. Didn't mean to talk about my health. It's kind of a downer. First marriage at 18, second at 21. See, it's so easy when you're young and the first thing you want to do is get out of the parents' house and get out on your own. There's so much stuff in school. School needs a life lessons course. I 100 believe that. Everybody, raise your hands. Life lesson course. We need a course that teaches you how to check your credit score. A course that teaches you how to keep a credit score. Oh, good God. So many things. Sarah, oh, you missed last week because of a migraine. That is horrible. I am down to the last treatment they told me for my migraines, which terrified me, was the Botox injections. Have any of you ever went through that for migraines? How it was explained to me was going to be a series of injections, not just going in one time, going in multiple times, getting a series of injections of Botox in the back of my skull, and to deaden the nerves that they think are causing the migraines. That's what they wanted to, that was the last option that was really brought up to me, but I'm honestly not a candidate because I have a, oh God, it's called a Chiari malformation. Skull is smaller than it should be. Part of my brain went poop out the back of my skull. Messed up my cerebellum a bit. No surgery. It's not going to kill me. I'm very lucky. This is something that kills a lot of people, but I'm very, 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 very lucky, and mine, they don't think it's ever a threat of actually causing paralysis or death. I just get an MRI. I hate it. MRI every year, guys. Yeah, sit in that machine, so loud, and then they come in with the contrast. But, so, I'm not the only one who gets migraines and has made young mistakes with getting married before you were ready. D, you have Parkinson's? Oh my God, D. Wow, 3 sons before you were 24. You were stronger woman than me. I had my first when is actually the day after. No, I was 20. The day before my 21st birthday, I had my oldest, who's now 13. And then I got to do some math here. So 28, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. I think I was 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yes. I was 26 when I had my second. But what was nice was, okay, the first one, she was a surprise. I love her. She is my baby. But I was able to plan my second child, and that was just the most amazing experience I ever had, because I was in a non-abusive, stable, emotionally supportive relationship with somebody else who was just as excited as I was. To be able to sit down and plan that was amazing. It's okay to tell your testimony. I'm able to connect with you. It's crazy to have similar testimony. I have migraine problems. Keep strong. Cynthia, migraine. I have so many women. I'm hearing so many women with migraine. It's sad. It's really, really sad, because everybody, they hit you differently. When you go through the change. Oh, I hope, Karen, when you go through the change, they stop. I really hope, because with me, I've got multiple. Your oldest D is 40 next week? Aw. With me, going through hormone changes will help. But unless I have, I'm not a candidate. There's a surgery. I can't think what it's called. But for the Chiari malformation, there is a surgery they can do where they remove either part of the back of my skull here and put netting in to hold the brain. But I started getting migraines when I was like 9, and they've estimated I was probably 12 when the herniation happened, so there's already like kind of permanent damage to the cerebellum. And they say doing any surgery is going to affect it, unless I would get in a car wreck or I'd fall and get hurt and that herniation would shift. Migraines should really be my biggest thing. And they have linked Chiari malformation with fibromyalgia, which I was diagnosed with as well. And it kind of, they like to play off of each other. Your youngest turned 40. Aw. Married at 6 years. Sarah, that's phenomenal. I love hearing those stories. You don't hear that a lot. You don't hear a lot of, okay, I've been married for 40, 50 years and I'm happy. I've been happy and this is a person I love. That's great. I like those stories. That's really good. My brother is getting ready to turn 40, and my mom's kind of going through the same thing. And she really is. And I think she had him when she was about 19. But it's weird. When I was a kid, like my grandparents, I remember them being in their 60s and their 70s, and the quality of life they had as opposed to my parents in their 50s and 60s. The quality of life, completely different. Completely different. Health is better. Just everything is better. So that gives me hope. That gives me lots of hope, because I'm hoping maybe at some point in my life when the kids are out of the house, I'm never going to push them, but I love them. I'd love to be able to just go travel, do some stuff. I've been stuck in the Mid-Ohio Valley my entire life. I want to see some stuff. What I really want to do is I want to follow around Josh Gates from Destination Unknown. He is awesome. Migraines since I was... Wow, Tracy's had migraines since she was 4. Man. A lot of women who have went through... I've done ridiculous amounts of research on autoimmune, Chiari, just migraines, different kinds of things. Okay, the more I'm wearing this, the more I'm liking this hat. It covers up my ears and it's keeping me warm. But a lot of women who have chronic health conditions like migraines, have went through trauma, abusive relationships, blah, 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 tend to develop fibromyalgia. They don't know. Come to Montreal and visit. I will make you visit nice place and see good. I would love that. I have been to Canada once, but it doesn't count because it was in New York. right across to Niagara Falls. So to me, that was Canada LTE, Canada Light. Although I don't know what's like in Montreal, but I am going to say that the people at the gift shops there were very rude. And I could understand like the being frustrated with the ignorance of people coming in who only know one language, but we're not taught other languages like other people are. It's amazing. I think it's amazing to go somewhere and this person speaks 3, 4 languages fluently. I do good. I stumble over English. I took 4 years of sign language. And even that now, last time I used it's when I was 18 years old in beauty school and was translating. Since then, I've had very few instances where I've had to use it. I've ran into people in stores and kind of helped them out or a little bit. Thank you, Tina. I do like this hat. It was going to go in my giveaway. Okay, the stuff you guys see me knit, most of it gets donated or gifted. So I don't really keep much. I have a scarf and a hat that I've kept so far. But I can't keep my mind on any singular thing here, guys. But, oh good God. Okay, so, guys, I've been on here almost 2 hours because I got on like 15 minutes early. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. If you will, share the post around. I'd like ideas, what you guys want to see, what you do and don't like about the live Loom-a-Longs. Just tips. You guys are the ones I want watching this stuff. Can be rude. Sadly, it's true. They can be rude when they don't speak French, but it's okay. You won't be alone. I go in and be like, hi, I'm like this cute little 9-year-old with red hair to my butt. Hi, how much is this toy that makes a lot of noise? And I just got like this really angry French response. I did try to pay with $25 in quarters because that was all the money I had saved up in my piggy bank. I had a Panda Bear bank that I broke open to go to Canada. But it was a nice trip. I would like to go back. I'd like to see more of it. Like, we got to go in the Maid of the Mist and all that, which was fun. But yes, okay, guys, I gotta get off here. Feed the kids, make sure they're bathed, do all that stuff. I'm gonna instantly, as soon as this is downloaded, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube and everything, so hopefully I'll get some response on there about people who do use the YouTube live videos, because I never have, and I want to be able, I just want to make sure I'm getting these videos out to as many people, because I'm getting people saying, you know, they missed the video, they don't know where to find it, and this is new to me too, so I am working on it. But thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking with me. This one was pretty fun. I hope that I gave you guys some cool tips that you're going to use and enjoy. And everybody, have a good night!